Greetings. Today we will continue our story of the Pilgrims and their beginning in the New World. Before getting started, I would encourage you to subscribe to the Mossy Feet Books YouTube channel for more great content. If you like my videos, please hit the like button. The more likes I get, the more YouTube will show it to other people, allowing me to grow the channel. I also entreat you to visit my website, www.mossyfeetbooks.com. There you will find sample chapters, podcasts, a slew of content, and links to where you can buy my books. While visiting the website, you can subscribe to it and receive email notifications when I publish a new book or other content like this video and podcast. This episode is based on my book, Colonial American History Stories, 1215 through 1665. Peregrine White, the first English child born in New England, entered the world while the Mayflower lay at anchor off Cape Cod, Massachusetts. Pilgrim women gave birth to two children aboard the Mayflower. The first, Oceanus Hopkins, was born during the voyage. His parents, Stephen Hopkins and his wife Elizabeth, named him Oceanus because he was born on the ocean. Peregrine's parents, William White and his wife Susanna, named him Peregrine because he came in the world during their peregrination or journey. The word peregrine means pilgrim in Latin. Naming children for important events was common in the 17th century. Peregrine White lived from November 1620 until July the 20th, 1704. The birth date of Peregrine is uncertain. We just know that it happened in November. Peregrine's father died during the first winter on February the 21st, 1621. His mother later married Edward Linslow and had 5 more children with him. White settled in Marshfield and became a freeman in 1644. He served as an assessor and deputy to the general court in 1659 and 1673. During his lifetime, he held many other offices in the colony. Oceanus Hopkins died sometime before the Pilgrims left the ship in late December. The Mayflower arrived in Plymouth Harbor on December the 16th, 1630. For 3 days, they explored the area, searching for a suitable site to establish their colony. They decided on 2 hills, Fort Hill and Coles Hill. Native tribes had cleared much of this area already so they could raise their crops. Harsh weather delayed construction. The first landing party did not come ashore until December the 20th. Legend has it at Plymouth Rock. They parceled out lots about 50 feet deep. Family size determined the lot's width. Each family would receive 8 feet of width for each family member. The settlers had to build their own cabins and supply work on the common houses, forts, fences, and storage houses. They built the settlement on Coles Hill. Fort Hill would contain the cannon they would use to defend the town. While building the structures, the colonists continued to live on the ship, leaving a permanent presence of about 20 men ashore to defend their work against native depredation. Inclement weather, sickness among the colonists, and a shortage of tools and supplies only allowed them to build 4 common houses and 7 cabins during their first winter. They had planned to build 19 during the winter. The colonists were finally able to begin bringing provisions from the ship to the colony at the end of January. During this time, they had some encounters with natives, adding to their apprehension. By the end of February, they had appointed Miles Standish commander and organized themselves into military companies. They had installed several cannon on Fort Hill. By March, they had formed the structure of the colony and elected John Carver governor to replace Christopher Martin, who had died in January. During this first winter, the colonists underwent many hardships. Most had lived on the ship as there were not sufficient shelters or provisions ashore. Diseases like scurvy took their toll. Many of the men were incapacitated by disease, and 45 of the first 102 colonists died. However, the remainder persisted, and the colony grew. By early January, the Plymouth colonists had chosen a spot of land to build their new settlement, and on December the 21st, they had divided the land into 19 plots of ground. They next divided the colonists into families on January the 9th. Single people were required to choose a family with whom they would live. The purpose of this was to reduce the number of houses the colonists needed to build. Then they began to build their city. This episode is based upon my book, Colonial American History Stories, 1215 through 1664, available on the website www.mozziefeedbooks.com. The book is the first book in the 6-volume timeline of United States history series. Discover some of the famous and also some of the most almost forgotten historic stories of America. The story begins with the signing of the Magna Carta in 1215 and the beginnings of the concept of limited government, and ends for now with the beginning of the American Revolution in 1775. The articles in the book have more detail, and there are also articles not included in this podcast.